What is going on, everybody? This is Striker, welcoming you to episode number 241 here of the Minecraft Let's Play. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have been up to work. As you can see, there's plenty of new changes over there, all over here, and here. So basically, we're going to break this episode up into a couple of parts. So the first one is we're going to go over the changes to the path and around the path. So, first part. We have a bunch of new custom trees in here. A lot of the small trees that I was telling you I was going to build. I found a couple of different little models that I like to make. It's also really cool because there's a little bit of transition. Like this one's a lot greener than like this one is and stuff like that. There's a couple of trees that actually have that kind of aspect to them where they change color. But anyways, this isn't completely done in terms of overall, I guess, mini trees, you know, little tiny created trees. But there's a pretty good start here. You know, there's the small model, right, which is just basically a plus sign with one on top. So there's the small tree. There's the medium tree. Well, I guess this one will work better because this one, it kind of fuses into the other one, which is totally cool. I like the fact that I can, like, run them together and stuff. Also, notice, these are darker, these are a lot lighter. So this is the medium model, where it's basically just this plus, or not this, I guess, quarter plus, half plus, the 2/3 plus, whatever this is. Same thing, it's a stacked pattern, and then bam, you complete the pattern over here, and it's a stacked pattern. And then we also have the third tree, which I will get to in a moment, but we've got, you know, a little one here, a big one there, and then we got a couple other smaller ones over this way. I didn't really put a whole lot over here. I feel like this area needs a bunch more, a couple up on this hill. You gotta kind of be careful though, because these are fence posts, so they'll attach to blocks which don't look right. So that's why they're all like catty corner. So yeah, we've got some trees here, a nice little wall of trees, a little one there, same kind of situation. So, you know, we got a bunch of these little tiny handmade trees, which I think really brighten up the area. They make it look a lot better, a lot more, you know, lived in, so to speak. We've got one tree here. There's going to be like a garden that comes through here and stuff like that. And I was kind of working on gardens. If I wanted to do it like this, where we've got like the border on it, I was using polished andesite as like the underneath block. And then, you know, the coarse dirt. Because we found out that podzol doesn't spread, so we're using coarse dirt. But I was just kind of messing around. I don't know if I'm going to stick with this. In all honesty, I might just put in like the dirt and then some flowers on it. I think this makes it a little bit too bulky, at least for the most part. But anyways, got some trees. You know, this tree is a little bit different. This is kind of like the bigger model version too. So this one has the blocks on the corners. This one's just straight up. This does have the block here in the corner, but that's because it morphs with this one. So there's a couple of different designs out here for the trees. This one, same kind of situation. It's like a half-breed, so like this side's got the block, this side doesn't, and the rest of it's kind of morphed together. And then this is the third version, which is basically the same kind of design. It's just got an extra stack on it. For those of you who think this is a dirty sign, it's a Minecraft tree. Just calm yourself down in case you have any issues, alright? A couple other trees around here. So yeah, that's the first part of the whole spawn changing, is putting in some of these trees, these little trees. Now, there will be more of them, it's just I've got to put in the dragon egg shrine thing over here before I can, you know, fill out the rest of this area. Because for the most part, I want this all to look like a pretty nice gardened area, a very well-kept area. So there's going to be more trees. We'll put a couple more over here. You know, I might throw another one here in the corner, or another one back in here. You know, I'll figure it out. I'll put in a bunch more trees for sure. I'm actually almost out of the leaves for it. I got 6 oak leaves left. Plenty of the fences, though. Okay, so now, second part. Alright, sorry about that. I was actually in the middle of kind of discussing the next phase here of our episode when my phone went off, so I had to answer that, and I'm going to try to jump cut this the right way so we can kind of transition off of the trees, and now we're going to discuss the lighting. So now, I did a couple of different kinds of things with the lights. I tried suspending some lights, you know, making like some light poles. I tried putting them down into the ground. I tried putting them in the middle of the path, but I mean, with these being a half a block down, if you were to put like a light here, it would end up being a full block. Well, this is the only full block I got on me. So, you know, it'd be like this, and then you'd have to like walk up and over it. Then you could say, well, you know, you could kind of turn it into like a little step thing, but then that looks ugly all over the place. So, I don't know. This is the best thing I've come up with so far. I plenty of chance to change this. It is not like 100% decided, but basically what I did is put these lights in on the crosses, where the stone brick paver kind of deal is going on. So if you go ahead and isolate this, what it was before was like this, you know, obviously without these corner bits missing, which is actually kind of cool. So then the rest of the pathway was here. So then I went, well, because it already ends in stone, by the way, these are daylight sensors. I don't have any more in my inventory, but daylight sensor, and then all you have to do is place it on the ground and invert it, bam, and now it senses nighttime, then it still lights these up anyways. So then I was like, okay, let's put these in here. But then if you do it like this, where you've got the stairs, and they just kind of dead into there, this just sticks out really weird. And then you can go, well, you know, what if we try this on the corners, where we do this and we do this, but then it looks kind of funny. So I went ahead and completed the stone around it. So these are part of the pathway. They add a little bit more into the pathway in terms of like just changing it up. By the way, explain to me this one, right? You saw that other daylight sensor work, right? Check that out. I'll flip it to night, bam, doesn't work. But this one right here works on both settings. Same with this one over here. This one works on both settings. This one won't, because I want my lights to be on at night no matter what. So I had to back this up and put a redstone on it, and now it works. I don't know what the issue is here. You know, here are the coordinates. Am I like on a chunk? I don't think so. 1, 5, 15. I guess maybe this is the chunk border. I don't know. Anyways, nonetheless. So these lights are kind of put into the pathway. You know, this had a little bit extra. These also can't go directly below it because, as you can see, the stone brick is part of the other farms and stuff downstairs. So yeah, there, you know, it goes like this. You know, we take out a little bit of extra, the brick and everything, which is fine. These go in the corners, no big deal. These got bumped out. I can always move these back in here, underneath here, but I kind of like that as like a cement kind of deal. As I was explaining beforehand. But yeah, so I put in these lights around here in the middle and then just kind of kept it going. So then this one's surrounded by stairs here. This is identical on both sides. I know, it kind of looks a little weird, but it works. It does, it works. Let's see what else. We put another one over here. Not much I could have done. I'm pretty sure I replaced this block because it went that way around the corner. So that became there, and then this one had to complete the stairs. So I mean, this still works. Yeah, because there was 2 blocks there. And then this is first block. There would have been a second brick stair piece there. Same kind of situation here. Got it surrounded. Now, I didn't do all of the lights all over the place just because I wanted to make sure that that was the design I was going with. I don't know. I'm kind of 50-50 on it, whether or not I really think it's going to work out. I mean, it does work in terms of, you know, keeping things, you know, rolling. You can walk over it. You can go around it, go up on the grass, whatever. But I don't know. I don't know. If you guys have a better solution for the lighting system other than this, let me know. Because I can obviously implement everything as I go. It's not very hard to clean this up. It takes like 4 seconds to actually pick up one single light at a time. So, you know, just let me know. Let me know if you guys have any better ideas or anything cool. I did think about making these into like little, like podium thingies. You know, you can put like a light. Where's one of the, you could do like this, where they actually stick up, but then I was like, that looks okay, it doesn't look all that great. So, I don't know, because then you can still put the daylight sensor on it, or you can put it below it. In either case, it would work, so it doesn't really matter. You know, let me know what you guys think, if you guys have any good ideas, and I will definitely be receptive to those, because this is kind of where I'm at, and if it works and can stay looking okay, then we'll be good. Now, the third phase is to discuss all the stuff that you probably just sort of saw in half a quick second. So we're going to go back outside first, and then I will show you what I did on the inside, because I've been at work when it comes to this thing, man. This is hours and hours and hours of work, but we need to back up here. So first off, you can see I finally put the carrot on a stick I was talking about up on this dirt block, which makes it look a lot better in all honesty. Using terracotta and concrete is the way to get all of these blocks together, basically. Then, if you look at the big walls now, they're not just completely stone blank walls. They're actually the crossing of 2 swords. Same kind of situation as we have in the floor in there. Is there's 2 swords. So these intersect, the rest of the handles kind of get disappeared because, you know, the blade is more important than anything. Same thing over on this side. Even though there is a tree that's in the way, it's still there, invisible from the inside, but same situation. You know, yeah, sword, good to go, right? Now, if we go ahead and take a look at the inside, you probably saw a couple of things. So first off, we now have an information kiosk, and this was our weaponsmith from down below. Took me quite some time to get him to come all the way up here, because you can't lasso villagers anymore. And these are all of the files that he has here in his little information kiosk, and he's actually stuck in one little spot. Because of that, I added in some waterfalls. So I think that looks pretty cool, a little bit of a mini waterfall into here, and then into there. And if I really want to, I can do some pixel art in here, but there's not a whole lot of things that are 3 blocks wide. I also took off the helmets of these guys and put their heads on. Hello, blank hand. Put the Wither Skeleton Skull's heads on. Also, the thing that I found out that you can do, I've been wearing this dragon head, which has been an absolute pleasure for me. Oops, that actually went there. But you can put this bad boy on there, and that looks sick, but I need to get another one of these. So we need to go to the other end island in order to get that, well, potentially get the next thingy, the next dragon head, because those are on the pirate ships. I've also been doing a little bit of pixel art, so now we have a slime chilling over here by the music stand with some black concrete around it. And then we have a skeleton over here along the wall. And 2 full-fledged zombies. That's right, I thought you guys were just, you know, not gonna notice it, right? No, I actually know it's there. And the Wither. So both the Wither and the zombies have a little bit of depth to them. The Wither sticks off a couple of blocks, and everything is completed with some carpet on the top, so there's no mob spawning. I don't have to hide lights or anything up in there. So we got the Wither. Also, I changed out all the glass in here from regular glass to black, and I think it looks a lot better. It's not as jarring to the eyes as that traditional, like, regular glass is. I really like the black glass just as a general kind of deal, so maybe it's just me and my personal preference, but I think it's pretty cool. But yeah, so these zombies, there's 2 of them, literally the same thing, one here, one down there. There's also a pathway in order to walk through this guy's arms, which is pretty dope, you know, that way we don't have to worry about no arms or anything like that. These were pretty easy to build, took a little while, but terracotta and concrete yet again. Actually, the zombie was pretty easy to build, in all honesty. I was using a reference picture, so that helps. But yeah, so there you go. Couple of zombies up in here. I also changed out this wall that used to be like the end realm stuff, all of the purpur blocks and purpur stairs. Pillars, there was some glass up top. Changed that all out to the black concrete as well. And then I now, instead of having one entrance in the middle, which I think was like right here, we now have an entrance in between the zombies and then an entrance on the right side. So this is centered on the black wall, and then this is obviously in the 2-block space. So, couple of changes. I did change some of these. Oh, my game froze. We're good. We're back! Hi, how you doing? So I did change these. They were sticking out, but, you know, we can still see that it's closed kind of situation. I removed the 3rd thingy. There was another one of these over here, like this was down there. I also put these in so that they're the normal zombie flesh way. Moved one of them in here. Took out all of the extra, what are these called? Trapdoors. I also took out a bunch of trapdoors here in the back because it kind of looked ugly. And all of these chests are back to being empty, basically. But yeah, so this is like a secondary shelf for stuff. There's still the backup chest, but I mean, there's, you know, plenty of stuff in here. And then we've got other show pieces. I just thought, like, the randomization of everything, it didn't look very good. It didn't look very professional, so, oops, that went one too far. So I figured I would put all of them in here just to be the same, you know, as it would be when they're placed. I think it looks a lot better, in all honesty. We now have the bone area, so all of the bones that I did have are pretty much gone. This is all we've got left because it takes a lot to actually make these bone blocks. It's ridiculous. Are there any bones? Okay, I do have bone meal in here, so I guess I can, you know, put these back into bone blocks, because 9 of these makes 1 bone block, but that's 3 bones per 1 bone block, because you get, you know, the 3 per 1 kind of situation. But anyway, so got the bone in here, and it works as kind of like a pass-through. We got this chest here. This chest is obviously not functional, but it doesn't really matter. It's more so for show. Getting cash register going on. Does this one even have a cash register in it? It doesn't, so I gotta add that in. I'll put it probably there in the corner. Haven't done anything over here, but I have done stuff over here. So, first off, one of these thingies was floating here in the middle. It was an accidental placing anyways. I was like, I bet I can't put this here, and was able to put it there. So, I went ahead and broke it, which destroyed like 70% of the shop. So then I had to rebuild it. I also had to rebuild a lot of the external wall out here. A lot of this stuff got blown up, some of this dirt got blown up. I filled in some of this dirt over here, some of these blocks were missing. That tree took some damage over here. This tree took some damage, so I kind of tried to replace stuff. There was a big mushroom, like, right here, but it lost, like, 60% of the blocks, and you can't remake those blocks, so I went ahead and just destroyed that. We now also have a gunpowder shop right in here. Gunpowder. Basically just looks like a gunpowder pile. If you kind of look at it, it's, like, lighter on the left, darker on the right with the speckles in it. So it's darker on the right, lighter on the left, and then it's got the border with the speckles in it. This thing also doesn't have a cash register. I'll probably put one right there. So I gotta get a couple of those. And then I also went ahead and made like an arrow. So this is like the shaft of the arrow, and then the arrow head, the arrow tip, and this will be full of arrows. So yeah, able to reuse a lot of these materials eventually down the road. Some of these I've used as like filler blocks. Like inside of this wall, a lot of it is just the powdered stuff. That way I don't have to worry about putting a light in there. It can just be filled in, and then we can just have this small little gunpowder shop. I mean, we don't really need anything. I had 2 pieces of extra black concrete, so I put it as a floor back here. I went ahead with just a little bit of a bench for, you know, the way that we can get these things sold. This just has the same brown because we had a couple of extra browns, so I said why not make that into the counter too. Obviously, you can't get back underneath there, but theoretically there would be, you know, a worker sitting back there. But anyways, guys, that's what I've been up to. I know that's a lot of stuff to kind of show you all at once. I have been doing a little bit more stuff like off screen that I can kind of go over and show you, but I figured I would update you on all of the work that I've been doing over here at the mall. Yeah, I've been up to some pretty good stuff here, so I got a couple of pretty good plans for what we're gonna do in this next couple of episodes here. But we are gonna go ahead and cut this episode off, so thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, everybody, and I will see you all next time.